Good afternoon, Alpha here, and today I wanted to go over 5 emotions every day trader should overcome. I have a lot of beginners approaching me, asking me certain questions as they're progressing through the trading career, and I just want to create a video to sort of go through different emotions that you may experience during your time in the stock market and how you can deal with these emotions. First one I'd like to go over is anxiety. Now, when you go in a position, you put all your money in there, and I know it can be stressful because you really want the stock to go up. You don't want it to go against you. The important thing to remember is if you have a strategy, something that works, then it's okay to be confident because that made you money in the past and that will make you money in the future. Professional traders use the same strategy over and over again. The reason is because it gave them positive results in the past, so they'll reuse it until the market shifts, until the dynamics are different, and then they'll adjust their strategy to sort of adapt to the new market. And that's where you have to be really confident in yourself. You have to say, hey, like this worked last time in this sort of situation with these factors, so now looking at this new stock, it should work with this as well. For instance, the dollar breakout, we see it all the time. These stocks come up to about 95 cents, they sell off, they come back to that $1 mark, and then all of a sudden there's this massive rush and it just breaks through. So if you're going in at 97 cents and you're like having all sorts of anxiety, just remember that other traders are looking at that chart too, that they're anticipating that breakout, and that when they push it above $1, a lot more buyers will come in. It will also show on the high of day momentum scanners, and that's when it gets a lot of attention. The key thing to remember is to be confident in your trading plan. So anxiety is shown by a state of excessive uneasiness, typically with compulsive behavior that results in stressful trading habits. Trading doesn't have to be stressful. It may seem like that if you're starting off and you may be a bit overwhelmed by the tools and resources that traders use. However, just understand that once you get used to these tools, it actually becomes your friend. I can tell you myself, I really enjoy trading because it's reading charts, it's having a really good time, and it's making money at the same time. So what exactly is the solution to anxiety? Well, the first thing is to enhance your knowledge so that you're confident and prepared. By that I mean learn certain terms and definitions that are commonly used in the stock market so you really have an idea of what's going on and you're not just following someone. Because when you follow someone, you really don't get an understanding of why you're going to that certain position, where your exit will be. But when you get a grasp of how to use that knowledge and become confident based on that knowledge and your previous trading skills, then you'll really be able to succeed and improve on your skills. Number 2, lower your position size to a level that you're comfortable with. I see traders going in with huge position sizes, like throwing in 10, 12,000 in this like $1 breakout. And the chances are that it may break out, but then also if it doesn't break out and it just goes for a scalp, then guess what? You just risked a lot. It's something that you're not comfortable with. So especially for beginners, something I recommend, if you fund your account for a couple of thousands, only use half of that. It will give you a bit more practice. It will allow you to play with less risk, and it will ease you into, because starting off with 1 or 2,000 will be easier to manage than starting off with 10,000 or 12,000. Number 3, follow through with your trading plan without being influenced. A lot of you may be part of some sort of chat room, or you may be on StockTwits, Twitter, where you're following or actually looking at other people's messages. Well, don't let it influence you, because you have this setup, you have this trading plan in mind, and you know that it works. Now, if you start seeing people post all sorts of other messages that disturb the way your thought process is, and it's just getting in the way and it's making you lose, then just block it off. Like, just focus on your trading plan because you know it works. For instance, you get in position and you know that it's going to break out, but then you go on StockTwits and a lot of people are saying it's bearish and throwing all sorts of random news that isn't even true because they're just rumors and they're just being spread around, shared, passed along. Then that will influence you and you shouldn't allow that to. So keep that in mind next time you have a trading plan. Next on up, we have denial, number 2. It's okay to admit that you're wrong. Denial is the refusal to acknowledge and admit the truth or reality of a stock price movement. You go into a stock looking for that breakout, it doesn't happen, it sort of cracks down. You should admit that and move on. Cut your losses right there. Instead of waiting for it to touch your stop loss or waiting for it to come down to the next big support level, just cut your loss there and move on, because it's okay. It may happen next time. And that's the whole idea behind trading. You can put odds in your favor to benefit yourself and to have a high success ratio. So the solution to getting over denial is to step back and think from a different perspective. For instance, you're looking at a stock that's making higher lows. It's got this one resistance level at $5 and it keeps making these higher lows. But then after it breaks out, it only has a scalp for about 10 cents, whereas your profit target was up at 50 cents because there was a lot of hype, there was a lot of volume in this, you saw previous momentum, whatever it may be. However, when this cracks down, you're thinking it may go back up. So you're sort of in that denial stage where the stock keeps falling. It's got like 4 4 red candles, it's been halted, it's falling even more, and you strongly believe that this would come back up. Well, my strong recommendation would be to sort of step back, go away from your desk, and think from a different perspective. Be like, am I doing this right? Just assess your current situation and the risks involved if you continue the way you're doing it right now, and consider the outcome if you continue your behaviors. Remind yourself of what's actually happening in reality and how that can destroy you, how that can work against you. And you don't want that for yourself, because you don't want to deplete your account or even just wipe it out. Why do that? Just understand what is going on. You're smarter than that. You know when to take a step back and review the current situation and make decisions that will benefit yourself. So if something's going against you, just admit the truth and move on. Third, we have fear. Aren't we all fearful? We all have that one fear. Fear is being afraid of market condition that may hurt or threaten you. Now, when the markets are red, it's a day for the short. So you see bulls go in and they start getting all fearful because these stocks crack down. They're going in the wrong direction, and this sort of causes that panic. Now, there's other types of fear as well. So there's FOMO, fear of missing out, FOGI, fear of going in. Now, fear of missing out. When a stock rips and is going really fast and is continuously running, there's no point chasing it. If you missed out, you missed out. That's the end of it. Just look forward to the next setup. I see people just jumping in late, and then guess what? They're buying right at the top where it's forming resistance and then it's coming back down. It's having a strong pullback, and you're caught up in that. You're having to cut your losses, and the stock is crashing even more. But if you can't put in a limit order in time, then you have to do a market order. And as it's crashing, the spreads are getting larger and larger, so the market order is giving you a worse price. And that's why it's important to not chase the stock, to not have that fear of missing out. It's okay. There will always be another play down the road, and you will be there to profit off of it. So just stop there, wait for the next play. Next, we have FOGI, fear of going in. You really have to be confident. You have to know that you've done this for time, that these setups have worked for you, and you've made money this way. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't be here. So when you see that a stock is forming a setup, it's forming a bull wedge, it's forming a U-shaped breakout, dollar breakout, red to green breakout, whatever type it may be, just know that you've nailed this before. You've made money off it before. So don't be afraid of going in, taking that leap of faith, because when you risk a certain amount, you will notice that you get a lot of reward. So just keep that in mind and always be confident in your trading style. If you're not confident, it shows that there's something wrong. It's either the strategy that you're using or you don't have enough practice. At that point, look back at what you're doing wrong and correct that action so that you can benefit yourself in your next trade. The solution to fear. Opportunity always knocks on the door, so do not chase. So that's the first thing we talked about in relation to FOMO. Understand the consequences of making bad decisions. Again, if you chase a stock, you're going to face those consequences. And that's not what I want for you guys, because you guys are smarter than that. You're ahead of the crowd. You're there to make things happen. And that will lead to you becoming a more educated, profitable trader. Number 4, we have panic. Panic is a sudden overwhelming fear that causes traders to produce hysterical or irrational behavior. This is very common when a stock gets halted. A stock comes out with some sort of brand new press release and everyone's just on that. There's tons of hype. It's just shooting right up. There's spike after spike, green candles, and then all of a sudden it gets halted. First thing is, take a deep breath and just relax. It's been halted for a couple of minutes. That gives you enough time to clear your mind so you can focus on a task on hand. Depending on what the news was, it can either have a positive or a negative effect. Now, the best way to manage this is to have your trigger on that buy or sell market. As soon as it gets unhalted, you want to manage your position in the right way. So have everything you need with you. If it gets unhalted and it's continuously spiking, then sell into that spike because it's going to have a strong pullback. You'd rather sell into that buying pressure than sell when it's coming back down. So just remember that. And if it's a stock that's crashing, quickly exit your position at the point where you don't have lots of regret. So as soon as it gets unhalted, just cut your losses and move on, because the more you hold, the worse they'll get. And I don't want for any of you to panic. It's okay. Halts happen. It's just part of trading and you just have to get over it. Number 5, we have desperation. Desperation is when traders are willing to take huge risks as they are in a bad situation and will make any irrational move in the desperate need to improve their situation. Most traders will fail. They will take losses, loss after loss. They won't understand what's going on. They'll buy at the wrong point, sell at the wrong point, keep having that losing streak, and get to a point where they're just really desperate. They just want that one win. So they'll throw money left and right, just gambling all their money. And that's not right, because you're becoming desperate. You're just throwing your money in the market, not expecting anything in return. You're not focused. You don't have a strategy. You don't have a clear plan. You don't even have a clear mind. So just slow down and assess your situation. Don't be desperate. these times will get better for you. It's about gaining that knowledge and using it to benefit yourself. Understand that you won't be able to reach your objective by being foolish. So recoup your thought processes for a new start. Stop being desperate, just start all over again. What has happened. If you've taken a loss, learn from that loss and don't be desperate. Just use that to sort of fuel your confidence and understand how you're going to tackle the next stock. It's really about using all the information provided to you, whether it may be technical analysis or fundamental analysis, and using that to sort of create your trading plan and then following through with that. You will see lots of positive results. And once you do it over and over again, you'll adjust it, you'll tweak it to sort of adapt to the market style as well as a way that you're comfortable with. And there we have it. That's the end of the video. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to see future videos, do hit that subscribe button, like and share this as well. That way I get a lot of positive feedback and then I create more informational videos for you guys. If you guys need any other sort of mentorship guidance, I'm there for you. In fact, I have my own chat room where I help students, where I help beginners, and I get them on track. I sort of provide them with live alerts, one-on-one mentorship. I provide watch lists, live ticker commentary, and much more. I've received a lot of positive feedback in the chat room. My alerts are consistently profitable. I focus on providing quality alerts. So I may be doing like 1 to 5 alerts, but guess what? Those alerts are solid. They have the perfect credible setup and they will make you money. And that's what it's all about. We're here to become consistent. We're here to become profitable, educated traders. And that's why I launched this chat room. If you have any other questions, you can always reach me at tradewalpha@gmail.com and I'll be more than happy to assist you there. Once again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.